The Curse of La Llorona follows Anna, and she is a single mother and a social worker. And she gets pulled into a case, and where on the surface we think it's a case of child abuse, as she digs deeper, we realize that it's something much more sinister. And the deeper she gets into the case, she starts to uncover that behind it is La Llorona, this terrifying supernatural spirit that has existed for hundreds of years. And she has descended on Los Angeles, and now she is turning her attention to Anna and her children. Mickey and Tobias wrote an awesome draft. They really had, the characters were already really well developed, and Anna's story was already very sympathetic. And it was also really scary. There's already these great scare sequences that have been built in, and New Line has a really great knack and understanding for that. How to design for sequences that are going to be memorable and iconic. And I feel I was really lucky to join the project. I thought the script was in a great place. As we were researching the film, we met with a lot of people who grew up with the legend, whose abuelas told them this story. We met with a lot of abuelas. We also met with a lot of curanderos, and they told us their versions of it. And also we even approached them about how you would deal with La Llorona, because that is that's something that Ray is brought into, and he's a curandero, and he needs to help Anna lift this curse and defeat La Llorona. What's amazing is, especially if you live in Los Angeles, there is a curandero probably a mile away from here, a mile away from wherever you are. They are everywhere. And they're really fascinating guys. They are faith healers, medicine men, and beyond that, each one has such a unique personality. They're members of the community, and each one, you could make a story out of all of them. And they definitely helped inspire and shape Raymond's performance, and definitely what we were thinking about with the way he took the role. Linda plays Anna in the film, and she's a social worker and a single mother. And in the story, we always wanted an outsider. We always wanted someone who had not grown up with the myth. And so they're coming at it from a place of discovery, because I think it's a fun place to be in. Whenever you're discovering something in a movie, that's a great place to be. Linda's incredible. She has such an incredible range, and honestly, I was a fan of hers in Freaks and Geeks, and to be able to see her come all this way in Mad Men, and then now in this, it is just really incredible. I was so impressed by what she brought to the role. Incredible actor. Really captured that mama bear quality. This is a story about mothers. There's 3 different mothers in this story, and she's one of them. And you really buy it, and you really buy the fire beneath it. Raymond is awesome. One of the things that I definitely wanted with Raphael is I wanted a character that was dangerous, someone that you weren't sure if you could trust, because that is one of the leaps of faith that Anna takes in the movie. And I think it's also fun for to have that type of character in a movie. So going into it, one of the things that I loved about Raymond is Tuco from Breaking Bad. That's a character, and this is definitely not Tuco, but there was an element of that wildness, that danger, that recklessness that I thought that he really captured there, and he brings in elements of that kind of dangerous quality, and he killed it. Beyond that, he's a great guy. He's become a friend of mine and really a solid character. Patricia was incredible. I have been a fan of hers since The Mummy for so long, and she really knocked it out of the park in this role. It's a really dark role. It's a really harrowing role, and she really captures that. This is a woman who is losing her kids, and she really captured the emotion and the darkness of that. And I think that that's one of the things that really anchors the film. James is the best. I have been a fan of James for years, and so to have an opportunity to collaborate with him, to work with him, was a dream come true. He is an amazing director and incredible producer, and he was just great and so insightful at every step of the process. When we're developing the script, he had such great insights and specifics into what's the story about, and really what is the story that you really want to tell, and what do audiences really want to see. And when we were making the monster, as we're developing it, it was a dream come true. That's like you're working with one of the best monster makers that exist today. He's created so many iconic monsters from so many iconic movies. To be able to bounce ideas off of him and just work with him was so cool. You definitely make the movie with your team. I think that was something that you try and inspire them and then guide them with a lookbook and references, but you definitely want to see what they can bring to the project. And the more freedom you give them, the more you empower the people that are on your team, I think the better the results. So they knocked it out of the park. They brought so much great stuff to the table, so many great ideas, and I think the movie has this great vibrant look to it, and I think it's really because of all those guys. I never experienced any of it, but our homeowner was convinced that it was haunted, and he had heard that from the girls that lived there. There was other crew members who said they had heard things or said they heard whispers, and it always came secondhand. And again, I was the first one to say like, that's garbage. But then I was also, definitely very nervous, and whenever I was by myself, I was always kind of checking the corners.